It's Michael Andre Ford in San Antonio, Texas. Your American Angel Intuitive. I'm the guy who helps people pump the brakes long enough for what they know, their version of reality, to drop into their heart, engage the universe with no barriers or boundaries. So all your senses expand, you increase your awareness, and you just do basic listening, feeling, seeing, smelling, and so on. You can close your eyes and have special experiences as well. But you get any answers to any questions, all languages spoken. Who are you talking to? 100 plus angels. You can meet angels on your own cheerleading squad, passed over loved ones, pets, Gandhi, Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Thich Nhat Hanh, Chogyam Trungpa, Mother Teresa, you name it. There's about 170 figures. Hit my website up if you want to read that list. 80 plus testimonials, video testimonials, written testimonials, book reviews. I've got photos of angels as well. Check that out on my site. There's at least 20, 25 photos of angels, a couple fairies. You can meet Tinkerbell. Tink took me 6 months to allow for. Same thing with Plato the philosopher. Same thing with the very first 3 Native American chiefs, Dullknife, Red Shirt, Geronimo. They've been with me since 1970 when my dad died. I was 2. Since then, Crazy Horse, Red Cloud, Black Elk, Chief Joseph, and some others. White Buffalo Calf Woman have come in. There's a lot of figures from India. There's literally a lot of cultural figures out there. Light beings, if you're into the whole galaxy thing, universe thing. What this is, though, is an opportunity for mankind, individually owning it here, to experience more love, compassion that's a constant in and around you. I've had people describe, and they're listening directly to angels and other figures. I did it for free for 8 years, but one of the questions I would just sort of slip in for folks, and I don't have to see the questions or answers. This is all direct, all languages, again, all dialects. But I would slip in sort of like a tip, a cab driver tip. If they were getting a free fare overall, I would slip in, because I'm still learning what I do. What does Mike do for people, or what does Michael do for people? And so obvious answers in the past have been he helps people meet angels or to meet their angels. But one of the answers has stood out over the last 10 years, and that is that I trans-dimensional channeling for a multi-dimensional experience. I always thought that was interesting. Another one that's very new age is activating the rainbow light body. But I've listed probably 70 of those answers as well on the website. Again, there's photos of angels. I've probably been on 20, 22 podcasts or shows, or will have been by the end of September. Check those shows out on the website, or go to the respective YouTube channels or the other spots around the internet to see those shows. Sometimes I'm blowing sage, and I just put a video out with that where I blow sage smoke through 2 screens to wherever you are. Now, 2 Brisbane, Australia podcast hosts got to do that. A woman in New Zealand, another one in Melbourne. I don't have that on video, but a lot of those shows you can experience it. I just did a video where you can experience it. Really let go and give it a go. I've read in a few of the videos on YouTube recently, I've read a few excerpts from my Listening to Angels book that's 100% written by angels. It's very short and sweet. It's $4.99. Hit up my Amazon author profile. Glow Stick Zen is a ginormous book, 2/3 written by the crew. It's 22 books on Amazon, broken up into 22 little bites. Each one is $9.99. The giant book at Apple is just tons of dollars. So I recommend doing the Listening to Angels book and just getting book 1 to check it out. It's all angel writing, though. Any of the bad parts are definitely me. I've got at least 12 5-star amazing reviews from very reputable folks. In fact, a lot of the reviews, most of the reviews, they're all from incredible people, but I've got some very highly notable folks from, whether it's University of California, San Diego, somebody from Stanford, folks from 1440 have done this, Alternatives UK, Esalen. I just did folks from Omega Institute have done this, but I also just did a 3-day event there where people got to not only do it individually, but once they've owned it individually, they can do it as a group. So this is pretty much everything that defies reality and what we would allow for as a typical human being in 2022. I think this will help reshape things on the scientific front. If you can really ask any questions and get any answers, why wouldn't a scientist who has guts to go to here, it takes a lot of guts to do this, pump the brakes up here, get to your heart, ask your questions about your research, get your answers. I think you'll find, and I love business people because they're so brave. To me, the business community is almost an unofficial spiritual community. They know what they want, and they don't show a lot of fear at all. They actually just get to it, and they do their own listening. But what's interesting is not just getting business model or company or forecast questions answered. A lot of them still ask the personal questions. They ask stuff about their family. What do they need to know to have more fun, show more love to others or themselves, or how to take a better approach to the way they're handling their life day to day. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Now, for today's video, I just wanted to briefly touch upon a couple extra excerpts from my Little Listening to Angels book. It's 100% written by angels. I think if you check out the whole thing, you'll find it's a 15, 20-minute read. It's super gentle. But here, meeting angels, why is it such a big deal for individuals today? And why is just letting go to be here such a big deal for individuals? So here is just a little bit of an excerpt to tease you about listening to angels. Now that book on April 30th of 2022, was number 2 overall in the angel category on Amazon. It was just behind Sonia Choquette's book, but ahead of Kyle Gray, the UK angel expert, and Hollywood medium Tyler Henry. So that was super exciting. Pick up the book if you can. You won't regret it. Thank you. So here's the excerpt, and I'll just read a little bit. When no ego is present, your heart and soul shine through your eyes. You are love, you sparkle. You are one with all and at peace with all. You are whole and content. Listening is opening the line of communication available to each human. Merely be still and listen. Acknowledge and own the step. Move forward today. Just do it. This is a bit like a classic treasure hunt, but here you get to find yourself, since you are the treasure. Do nothing. Be. Listen, learn, appreciate. This is not about any particular words or concepts. Grow your awareness, not your thinking. Be loved to all as often as possible, no more and no less. If you spent all your time being loved to all, you would have less time for ego or causing harm elsewhere. Why is being the key to all of this? Being is believing in all, with a capital A. You do not need to be like anyone else. Be you. Smile more, think less. Do not permit others to dictate your well-being. Own your own being in life. Love more and allow more. You could be happy now in this very moment without a single reason. Now, I've been saying that last quote quite a bit, sprinkled throughout my videos and on my social media, but I also love the quote, do not allow others to dictate your own well-being. We seem to be in an age, and I thought I went through this in the 80s at Middlebury College. I remember there was a lot of PCism going on. You had to behave a certain way if you wanted to get an A in a class. If you spoke up and kind of challenged the thinking, you'd get a lower grade. But I never thought I'd see that sort of again in our society, and it does seem that we're in a situation where a lot of people are telling others that there's only a certain way to think on a topic and so on. So I'm here to encourage you just to be you and to own your own well-being. No one can dictate anything to you. I loved watching a 1960s episode of Star Trek. Uhuru, if I said it right, she says, oh, it's okay, and I've learned not to fear words. It's how I was taught generationally via my beautiful family, not to fear words. And I just stopped the show at that point, and I started smiling, and I walked away from a 1960s episode of Star Trek, and I love the expression, not to fear words. There's a huge emphasis on what comes out of another person's mouth, and a huge amount of judging and telling someone they're incorrect, they're not worthy, they're a bad person, or worse. And I'm here to remind you that you are love. You are a unique individual with incredible amounts of potential. Anytime you want to pump the brakes on all the definition, structure, word, ideology, what others say, what others think they know, you can shine more and be love. You have no limits. If you never talk to angels directly, like two-way, listening, writing your answers, seeing, getting hugs, healing, seeing rainbow light, having an angel make you a hummingbird in front of you that's floating out of angel light, totally not possible, but totally done. That's okay. Just trust that there's a universe that's so big that humans are, we are what we are. We're incredible, but we have incredible room for improvement and growth and expansion, and we're getting a lot of help with that. Just trust that you're heard. Do one way. And I love that Winnie the Pooh quote. Everyone talks to animals, no one listens. Now, how amazing is that quote when you think about it? Continue to just do your one-way communication to the universe. You don't have to listen, but trust that you're heard and trust that something is kicking into gear to help you out. If you just right now wanted to take a few deep breaths, inhale, but exhale once like a whale just to let out any stress, doubt, fear, worry, like what's he talking about? Slow down, get to your heart, and just ask for a hug from your angel crew. You have more than one angel. You have passed over relatives who are love, who are supporting you, and you have other figures as well. ask for a hug and just feel a goosebump here, feel a whoosh down your back, feel a wind in the room. There's 1,000,000 ways to get a hug. Go watch some of my other videos. Go buy the Listening to Angels book. My website has tons of free material, tons of photos of angels. Let a photo move for you. Look at Audrey Hepburn's photo, or Geronimo, or Sai Baba, or all three at once. Ask to smell your favorite ocean that's halfway across the globe. Ask for your favorite flower. Smell it. What will you allow for? We're so linear in our approach to people, our approach to new situations, our approach to what could be, that we actually are pretty much limiting all the time. We're not used to being happy-go-lucky. We did this as a kid, though. And what I'm trying to suggest is you never lost that vitality, that youthfulness, that zest for life, that fun. So fall in love with life again. This is Michael André Ford, your American Angel Intuitive in San Antonio, Texas. Have fun. More videos coming out. More exercises to do. Play around with the website. Look around. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. And let somebody else know that this is even remotely possible. Watch them take it and run with it overnight, and watch what's basically a small transformation. A little more joy comes in, a little more happiness, a little more fun. Plus, for anybody out there feeling stuck, you can have all your answers. Steps to take on any situation to get from point A to point B. So that alone should be enough to drive some interest. Take care. Thank you very much.